Alright guys, what is up and welcome back to This Fella J Mo's Productions. We are in episode 3 of season 2. So welcome back. As you can see right now we're 2-1. We are second in the division behind the 2-0 Rangers here. So really right now I kind of want to open up this video talking about the channel, not necessarily the season. So really what I want to say is last season was just a lot of work. It was 30 videos. And it was really easy to do because I'm not doing anything right now. I'm not working, I'm not at school right now, but I'm gonna start working and go to school here in like a week or two, or 2.5 to 3 weeks. So I'm trying to find a more efficient way to do this and do it so when I get up to school I can stay consistent with this and find a good way to make videos and put them up consistently and not take a week off before I make another video because I don't want to do that. So what I think I'm going to do here is, instead of playing every opening game to every series, I might start simming ahead more than I did last year. Maybe sim to here, maybe sim to here. I'm really just kind of toying around with it right now to find a way how to do this better and more efficiently for you guys. But at the same time, I do want feedback because this is your guys' show. This is what you want, and this is what you guys watch, and I want to make you happy. So please, please, please give me feedback, give me ideas, give me what you think would work, what you like, what you wouldn't like, what you would like. I kind of have an idea of what I like personally as a viewer myself, watching other people's franchises. So I'm going to try and put all this together and, like I said, find more efficient ways how to do this. But please give me feedback, okay? I can't stress that enough. I really want feedback. Like, this is for you guys to watch. So please tell me what makes you happy. Okay, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into episode 3 here. So like I said, guys, I'm going to start simming ahead here. So let's go ahead and sim this road trip. Opening up with Houston, 2-11 loss. Carnes taking on McCarthy here in the second game. 6-5 win. King Felix taking on Fires. 12-1 win. Michael Walker taking on Keuchel. 2-0 win. Walker taking on Bassett. Just go ahead and keep him active. Keep Walker active. 10-0 win. Paxton taking on Menjden. 8-4 win. And then Carnes taking on Minea. So let's go ahead and take a look at these box scores, or just the scores real quick. So 2-11 loss. Furbush gets a win, 6-5. 6-5. King Felix another gem. 2-0 win. Michael Walker 2-0 win. Good game for him. Walker still perfect on the mound with that 0 ERA, 10-0 win. Paxton still at 13.5 ERA. Get the win though. 6-2 win for Nate Carnes here. So let's go ahead and sim this next homestand here against Toronto and Texas. So King Felix taking on Bolsinger, 1-6 loss. Walker taking on Stroman, 4-3 win. 10-1 Walker's no longer injured. Gets a start the next day, taking on Aaron Sanchez, 3-7 loss. Paxton taking on Estrada, 6-1 win. Go ahead and sim here. Nate Carnes taking on Griffin, 7-3 win. King Felix taking on Chichi Gonzalez, 4-5 loss. Michael Walker taking on Cole Hamels. He killed the Mariners last year. Go ahead and keep him active. 2-4 loss. So 1-6 loss there. So let's go ahead and take a look at some stats here and see how everyone on the team is doing so far into this young season. So our lineup: Martin 266, Aoki 237, Seager 273, Nelson Cruz 261, Robinson Cano off to a great start at 339, Vogelbach 259 through 59 at bats, Zanino 244 with 3 home runs. That's nice to see. Tommy Pham 236 through 55 at bats, and Ketel Marte is tearing it up. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some changes to this lineup to my liking to try and better this lineup. I mean, we're already like 11-3 or something like that, so we're off to a pretty good start. But I'm gonna go ahead and kind of tweak this lineup to try and make us a little bit better and put us in a little bit better position to win here. So I really just, the only really moves I made, I put Cano in the 3 spot, moved Seager down to the 5 spot, Ketel Marte up to the 2 spot, put Aoki in the 9 spot, and I went ahead and sent down O'Malley to call up Gurriel and put him in left field. He was tearing it up in AAA, had like a 320 average. So I'm going to go ahead and move him up. Um, let's take a look at a rotation here. Paxton is still struggling with that high ERA and high whip. Carnes, his whip is decent. His ERA is a little high. Has 6 walks through 19 innings. Paxton has 11 walks through 15 innings with 8 strikeouts, so he needs to get that turned around here. And the bullpen, Strickland is struggling. Will Martin's doing pretty well. Cishek is doing really well. Knievel's doing really well. Vincent really well. Purvish extremely well. And Chapman, 5 saves on the year with no blown saves. So that's very nice to see with Chapman there. As far as that goes, that's really it for our lineups. So let's get back to this calendar here. So I took a real quick look at our minor leaguers. Everyone is progressing just fine. No one's doing really good or really bad. There's nothing really to report there. The teams are doing pretty good. I think our AAA team is in 3rd right now, and our AA team is in about 2nd. So let's go ahead and sim a little bit more here. Taijuan Walker taking on Santiago of the Twins in Minnesota. As you see, he gets hurt here, so we have to make some moves here as we put him on the 60-day DL. So really, his replacement is Miranda. Add another lefty arm to the rotation. He had great stats down in AAA, the best stats out of all those other pitchers by far. And to replace him is Joe Whelan from AA, and to replace him was Carlos Bourbon, moving Ayala to the rotation. So that's really it for Walker's injury and all those replacements. Go ahead and sim the rest of the series here. Paxton taking on Barrios. So Carnes taking on Santana here in the finale. We take the win. Kyle Lewis is no longer injured. Hernandez taking on Stephen Wright. Michael Wacha taking on Ilias. And Miranda making his Mariners debut, taking on Price in the series finale. 2-4 loss. Go ahead and sim the rest of the month here. Paxton taking on McHugh. 7-6 win. Nate Carnes taking on McCarthy. 4-1 loss, and then Felix Hernandez taking on Fires in the series finale here, looking to get to 16-10 on the year as our Mariners record. So that will really wrap up the month here. So since the month is over, we get some notifications for our prospects here. Edwin Diaz is doing fabulous down in AAA over the month of April. 0 ERA in 7 2/3, 11 strikeouts. Nuno doing very well in AA, as he did last year in AAA. Mike Freeman did really well in AAA. Esiano did really well in AA. In AA, Benito Munoz struggled. 3.80 ERA in 23 2/3 innings pitched, 11 walks. So that's really it for our notifications right there. So as you can see, guys, we're at the end of April here. We're sitting 15-11, second in the division to the Rangers, game and a half behind them. So I have our team rankings here for the month of April. This is kind of going to be a mini recap at the end of this episode. We're 3rd in average for 275, 3rd in hits for 260, 7th in slugging at 439, 5th in on base at 335, 4th at runs for 124, 4th for RBIs at 124 as well. Tied for 12th at walks for 80, tied for 14th at errors for 12th. 11th for fielding percentage at 988, ERA 10th at 338, hits allowed 14th at 223, strikeouts first at 245, walks tied for 18th at 81, and runs allowed tied for 13th at 97. So those are all pretty good stats there, I'm not going to lie. We're leading in some and really above average. Really, the only thing that concerns me is still I want our walk totals to be higher. Our fielding percentage and errors are still a little high. I'd like them to be lower. As far as our pitching goes, we're doing pretty well. It's really just the end of the rotation that's kind of struggling right now. As you can see, Paxton with a 6.26 and a Nate Carnes with a 5.46, but it's still really early in the season, so hopefully they can get it turned around here. Our bullpen is doing pretty well, actually, besides Vincent and Strickland, but they both only have they don't really have that many innings pitched. So hopefully they can kind of get it turned around here too. Let's give you guys the stats into our lineup and see how everyone is doing in our lineup. So as you can see, I'm on the statistics page here for our team. Martin in the leadoff spot, 270, 348, 370. Pretty good stats. I wish his slugging was a little bit higher, but it's early. Marte, 325, 387, 506, having a great start to the year. Cano really turned it around from last year, 338, 369, and 538. Cruz is tearing it up, 327, 398, and 663. Seager kind of cool right now, 268, 336, 485. Vogelbach 244, 326, 333. Wish his slugging was a little bit higher, but he is young. Zanino 254, 296, and 403. Gurriel in 34 at bats, 294, 314, and 353. Gonzalez through 68 at bats, 250, 301, 353. Aoki 241 and 337 and 398. So really looking for him to get it going here, or else moves might be made in left field right there. So let's get into our prospect news here. So guys, for our prospects, number 1, Kyle Lewis in AAA, 288, 391, 390. Tyler O'Neill at AAA, 192, 192, and 423. Looking like he's going to get sent down here. Drew Jackson, 243, 273, and 351 at AA. Zach Lee at AAA, 27 and a third innings pitched, 527 ERA, 190 WHIP. Alex Jackson in AA, 294, 341, and 400, off to a hot start. Vogelbach on our big league roster. DJ Peterson, 191, 283, and 340 at AAA. He might get sent down. Gurriel on the big league roster. Tyler Stevenson at AA, 258, 310, and 364. Gorman Rodriguez at AA, 207, 263, 253. Mike Freeman at AAA is tearing it up. 333, 429, and 431. Kerry Maela, 30 innings pitched, 420 and 127 at AA. Juan Francisco at AAA, 287, 349, and 468. So that really does it for our prospect recap there. So that's really it, guys. Through the month of April, really the big story is Taijuan Walker going down on the 60-day DL with a shoulder separation. Off to a really good start. So he's going to be out for about 2 months here, and then another minor leaguer down with a broken shin for about 2 months. So that's really the big story of April here as we get into May. That'll wrap up this episode. Like I said, it's kind of gonna be new, so please give me feedback. Tell me what you guys think about it. And until next episode, I will talk to you guys later.